Hey there, Ankit. Nice to see these essays from you. Let's take a look at them, see what you did. Okay, I like this topic about internet and ordinary people and TV. Okay. Experts throughout the developing and developed world have debated whether the era of TV and internet is beneficial for modern societies or not. Okay. Some believe that this development has given a chance to common people to become a sensation in the digital world, which was impossible in previous decades. Personally, I strongly disagree with this notion, and this essay will elaborate upon my opinion by using the examples from YouTube and Oxford University to demonstrate points and prove arguments. Okay, so I see what you're trying to do, and I appreciate your effort, but there's one thing that's a little awkward here. Let me tell you what it is. You've basically tried to rephrase the task. Okay, that's fine, but look what happens. What are you disagreeing with? You disagree with this notion. Which notion are you disagreeing with? With the fact that this development has given a chance to common people to become a sensation in the digital world. You're disagreeing with that? I mean, I think that's a pretty just indisputable fact. The debate should be on whether this is good or bad, not whether this in fact is the case. I don't think anyone can dispute that. So what you should be disagreeing with is if this whole thing happening is good or bad, if it's positive or negative. So the way you phrased it creates some confusion, okay? It's almost as if you're answering something totally different. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Let's move on. On the one hand, there is ample evidence that with the help of the internet and TV shows, ordinary people can showcase their talent to a global audience. The central reason behind this is that there are numerous platforms over internet and television, where anyone can participate and present his talent and abilities to the outer world. For example, recent empirical research by IMF demonstrated that over 65% of famous YouTubers in 2017 were the ordinary people, but were ordinary people, and who became popular by broadcasting their acts over YouTube. Consistent with this line of thinking is that various reality TV shows is the expression. Reality TV shows have given recognition to many artists who were not well known before. Therefore, it is conclusively clear that these broadcast mediums have helped people who were very distant from stardom to become renowned and likable. You don't need all of these commas. You don't need it. You don't need it. Okay. You know what? Yes, fine, except that you're talking about acts and you're talking about artists. So in other words, it's like you're saying that these have simply given them a medium through which they can showcase their talent. Yeah, all right, okay, it's fine. I was going to say that I was thinking more along the lines of, I don't know, like reality TV stars or some of these YouTubers who, I don't know, aren't there like YouTubers who open toys and stuff and like have these unboxing ceremonies? I mean, those are ordinary people. They're just people doing their day-to-day lives. And even some of the bloggers, I mean, the bloggers are just normal people talking about their normal lives, but they just for somehow, influence people and become very famous. So, but you know what? That was the way I thought about it, but I think what you said and what you thought about was completely fine. So, no problem. Okay. On the other hand, although there is a case for YouTubers and bloggers becoming a sensation overnight, their success could deviate some students from their course of study. This is largely because youngsters could easily become influenced from the success stories and may try to imitate, careful with your M's, not two M's, just one, may imitate them to become one. This could mean that they devote less time to their studies and more time to watching and preparing for such shows. An extensive study by the Oxford University get rid of the other here, for instance, showed that there was a considerable drop in the average grades of university students because of the popularity of the Britain's Got Talent. It should be, apostrophe S, right? Got Talent reality show, and university students contributed to 63% of the total viewership of this program. Thus, it is possible to state beyond doubt that TV and internet have the potential to digress students from their academic duties. All right, I like that. That was actually really lovely. From the arguments and examples given, I firmly believe that despite internet and TV helping in making the ordinary people famous, they are causing serious implications in the areas of academic progress to many young individuals. It is predicted that government will, not would, will take serious actions to control the broadcast of such program. All right, I like this. Like I said, I did have a little concern about this before. I thought it through. I thought about it vocally with you, so you heard my thought process. So I'm fine with it. It's actually well done, Ankit. Okay, so let's take a look now at your letter. It actually was really well done. And let me be a little more specific. You used, you know what you did really, really well? You really used coherence and cohesion really well. This is largely due. This could mean, let's see, there's a couple places. It is possible to say, okay, yeah. So you have a variety of links here that I really like. The central reason behind this. So all of this is really successful cohesion. It's one of the really strong areas of this essay, so I'm actually quite pleased with this, okay? All right, now let's take a look at your letter. Dear Sir, Madam, I am writing to complain regarding my recent experience at your restaurant on Tuesday, this date. I am one of the regular customers of your restaurant, and I never had such an experience before. However, last Tuesday, I visited your pizza store with my 3 friends, and we ordered, ED, 2 medium country farm pizzas. Firstly, I was unhappy because our order took more than 45 minutes to be ready for us. Secondly, we noticed some foul smell in the cheese used in the preparation. Upon notifying the waiter about the indecent smell, he was reluctant and argued all the ingredients are fresh and are of premium quality. After getting suspicious, we discarded the order and had the dinner in another restaurant. Since it was a prepaid order and was not to our liking, I therefore suggest I be given a full refund. I have attached the bill of the order in question for your reference, which was $45 in total, and I have also enclosed my bank account details to make the transaction. I hope you will take this complaint seriously to avoid any further inconvenience to your customers. I look forward to receiving the refund soon. Regards, Ankit. Okay. Fine. Polite, yes, 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 fine. Everything was fine. The grammar was fine. The vocabulary was fine. The development was fine. So everything was to a very good level. I was very happy with it. There's one problem, and as minor as that problem may appear to you, I assure you it's not minor. You started your letter, Dear Sir, Madam, okay? But look how you closed it. You closed it regards. This is incorrect. Whenever you use Dear Sir, Madam, or to whom it may concern, in any case, if you don't know the name of the person you are writing to, you must finish your letter yours faithfully, okay? It's a convention of formal letter writing, so please remember that in the future. Yours faithfully is how we finish these. Now, I see you have a question in your email, so let me take a look and see what you've written here. Okay, I just read your question, and it's an excellent question. Trust me, this is something that baffles everybody. It's actually very problematic. I don't necessarily know why the people at IELTS write the questions like this, but it is the kind of question that we have seen many, many, many times over. And what happens is sometimes what you end up doing is you end up sounding repetitive, because if you say that I think this is a positive development, and then you say I support it completely, you're basically repeating yourself. Now, let's think about what you could do instead. Let's say you think something is a positive development. So, looking at your essay topic again. You know how you could look at it, looking at your topic and looking at a lot of other topics that are written like this. Is it a positive or negative development in your opinion? You could take it in a more general sort of sense, okay, like for the world, for society. Is this really a good thing that's happening in our world? And then the question is, well, what about you personally? Do you support it? What do you feel about it? Do you agree with it? Okay, so say for example, on the whole, I think that the rise in media stardom of ordinary people through the internet and TV, I think it's a terrible thing. I think it lowers the culture of our society, because people who are famous for nothing become influential and become powerful, and you know, maybe lead the young people to emulate them and to have stardom as their ultimate goal. And so all of this, I think, is terrible for society. And then, of course, you could put that into like a nicely structured paragraph with support and so forth. Then you could say, despite or having said that, I must admit that I am also in support. I also am part of this culture where I do follow YouTubers, and there is value in some of the things that they say. Okay, so in other words, you could take it from like a general standpoint, like on the whole, what do you think? And then as far as you are concerned, what do you think? Now, to do that successfully, you would have to have a little shift in your attitude. Like, this might not happen all the time. There was another essay like this, actually. It was something about like open plans for homes, where it was like, is this a positive development, and to what extent do you support it? It was open plans in offices and in public buildings, and it was really tricky. So a really successful way that a student handled it was, yeah, it's a positive development for the business owners because they spend less money on these plans. So yes, it's a positive development for them. It creates convenience for them because if they have to move around staff and so forth, they don't have to spend money, so it's a more affordable option for them. However, and then the next paragraph, I don't support it because then employees don't have privacy. They get distracted very easily because they see everyone in their office, and then you support those ideas. Okay, so that's how you could do this as well. Is it a positive or negative development? Well, if we're talking about the YouTubers themselves, yeah, it's a positive development because they get a following, they get lucrative deals, they get money, they become influencers, they become powerful, etc., etc., etc. Do I support this? No, I think it's terrible. I think it's making our society a terrible place to live. So do you see what I'm saying? You could say, yeah, it's a positive development for these people. Do I support it? No, I think it's terrible. So that's one way you could approach this. Okay, I hope that helps. I hope that answered your question. Go ahead and correct these. Send them back to us corrected. Send back your next set of essays. Okay, good luck to you.